USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
Arguably the world's most notorious drug lord, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, has been sentenced to life in an American prison. The Mexican man's lawyer, Jeffrey Lichtman, saying his client was not given a fair trial, so they're going to appeal.
All we asked for was fairness. And no matter what you think of Joaquin Guzman, he still deserves a fair trial.
The 62-year-old Guzman found guilty earlier this year of trafficking illegal drugs into the United States for decades. Californians now in the San Francisco area are worried after a series of earthquakes rumbled across that part of the state. 2 quakes shaking the San Francisco Bay Area within 13 minutes yesterday, and a quake reported in Southern California near Ridgecrest, where 2 big quakes struck earlier this month. And this is USA Radio News. A social media giant is still trying to work out details of a bold new plan for money. USA Radio's Wendy King has more.
A Facebook executive has defended the social network's plan to create a digital currency. Stephen Marcus told the Senate Banking Committee that the Libra project is still in the planning stages.
We will take the time to get this right. We expect the review of Libra to be among the most extensive ever. We are fully committed to working with regulators here and around the world. And let me be clear and unambiguous. Facebook will not offer the Libra digital currency until we have fully addressed regulators concerned and received appropriate approvals.
2 nonprofit immigration groups are suing the Trump administration over its new restriction on migrants seeking asylum. The White House now saying anyone who passes through another country before reaching the United States border will be ineligible for asylum in the U.S. Find us online at usaradio.com. Police in Washington arresting 11 people for entering ICE headquarters in the nation's capital as protesters were in the streets yesterday rallying against ICE and recent raids on immigrant families. Officials arrested the protesters for unlawfully entering the building in downtown Washington. Californians worried after a series of earthquakes rumbled across the state. Within 13 minutes yesterday, there were 2 of them that shook the San Francisco Bay Area. Also, another quake reported near Ridgecrest, which is where the 2 major quakes opened cracks in the earth earlier this month. There have been reports and rumors that Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross may be on his way out soon, as in President Trump may fire him. Ross says,
Well, I was in a trip with the president last Friday. We were in Milwaukee, was at the cabinet meeting, of course, yesterday. And here I am on TV today. I think you ought to go by facts, not by rumors on some other network.
Reports about Ross began after the Commerce Department was told by a judge it had not provided a proper justification for adding the citizenship question to the 2020 census that President Trump wants to see. And it's only July, but retailer Kohl's is already hiring seasonal help for the holidays, hoping it will fill an early wave of seasonal positions at 500 stores. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.